That's why I love you.
It's
His
8.
pants on.
So I want to go ahead and get started since it's 8 o'clock and I'm a super timely person. So I know I have Big Brother at 9 o'clock that I need to get to. I don't know about the rest of you, but I love Big Brother. So it's my Thursday night jam. I am Lynn, and I just wanted to say hey and introduce myself because I know some of you, but some of you I do not know. And I grew up in Illinois. I moved to Florida 21 years ago when I was 20. You know, goodbye, Midwest, hello, city, beach. That's what I wanted for my life, and I made it. So I was a teacher. I taught for 5 years. I taught for 3 years in the classroom. Then I became a math coach, which basically I was the lead math teacher for the whole school. So basically I did trainings for all the teachers all year long, or went in and taught them how to be a better math teacher. So this kind of thing, talking, is pretty easy for me. I'm pretty used to it. But then once I had my daughter, I have been a stay-at-home mom for 11 years. And once she went to school, I'm a part-time teacher, so I just go in and out of classrooms with less responsibility and just help. So it's a pretty cool gig. I did not work during COVID. I sat around, I got humongous. I gained a gazillion pounds. And then I met Carrie in January and started drinking ketones. I had no idea. I had never done the keto diet. I became like obsessed. Overly buying. Carrie's like, you need to make commission on yourself. So I became a promoter just so I could earn money off myself. And now, hello, I love it. And I love going live. It's really the one thing when Sam asked me to do a call, I was like, ugh, like my group only has 600 people and I don't feel like I'm organized. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I forgot that lady's even doing a challenge. So I'm completely scattered on everything else, but when it comes to going live, I feel like I do it and I just love it. So I hope I can share some tips with you guys tonight. I hope I can answer any questions. And like I said, I became a promoter in March, and right now I'm a rank 3 and I'm loving it. So it's fun. And I know all of you guys, most of you probably have been doing it way longer than me. But anyway, so to get started, I wanted to show you guys some of the topics that I have used in my lives. And then we're going to go through and see if you guys have any other topics to share. So I don't know if Leslie made me the host yet where I can share my screen. Okay, perfect. Great. PowerPoint not responding, of course. Hang on, sorry. Technical difficulties here. Minimize that.
Take your time.
I know, there's always something. I had it all nice on the bottom of my screen. Now it's gone. Okay. Hopefully it opens because I made a fun PowerPoint. Like as a teacher, I always made PowerPoints for all kinds of stuff. So for me, that's just an easy way. It's a great tool when you have to talk about something, then it gives you little bullets to go by. Please open. Oh my God. Computer, work.
Computers are great when they work, but when they don't, it like destroys your life. It's like when you most need it to, that's when it decides that it doesn't want to do what it's supposed to do.
Of all the things that could go wrong, I've been going over it all day. It's fine.
It's no worries.
It's coming. I think it's coming. You can see my screen okay?
Hey, Marissa's in the waiting room.
Oh, let her in. Oh, shoot. I'm the host. Hang on. Okay. I don't want to do too many things at once. please. Thank you. It's not it. All right, hang on. I'm gonna deal with the waiting room. Admit.
So I think the first call that I ever did that was like a first call that I came on, because I started about the same time you did, was Carrie's call, which I think was her first training call. And didn't this happen to Carrie too?
It's like the Twilight Zone.
Yes, it did.
It's not uncommon. It happens all the time.
Ah.
Just get through it.
All right. I saved it on my desktop, so let's see if it opens that way. Ah, no, that's not it. Open. Slideshow, here it is. Thank you. Yes, okay, can you see it? Yes, you guys can see it? You see nothing?
Oh,
No.
I see
I
you.
see you right now. Make sure you click share at the bottom of the screen
Oh.
and then click screen.
Oh, okay, hang on. That's probably what it was.
It's usually a green button at the bottom.
This is how you know she wasn't a teacher during COVID.
Yeah.
Exactly. I sat home and drank wine all day and gained 30 pounds. Or else I
Sounds better.
you ladies. Okay, back to Zoom. No,
Down at the bottom.
oh my God. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Share screen.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
There you go.
Open.
Perfect.
You're good.
Thank goodness. Like I planned all this, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna be. Okay, from the beginning. Here we go. Okay, everybody see it? Oh, somebody's in here. Hang on.
Yes.
Admit. Okay. I think everybody's out of the waiting room. Perfect. Okay, so mainly your topics. When I started, like I said, I had no clue. So when I started to be a promoter, of course, I was in Carrie's group. So I had seen Carrie do lives. And then I was like, oh my God, what do I have to do? So I just started like scanning everything of Carrie's, like da 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 da. And then I joined Sam's group, and same thing. I was like watching, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? So my first live's probably horrible, but now I just do whatever I want. But mainly the topics. The first topic, obviously, making your ketones. This is like the easiest one. It's simple. You should do it every week. But making your shakes, I feel like making the ketones is great, super easy, new flavors, taste test, da 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 da. But when you make the shakes, today I did a shake and I did like a different, like chocolate milk that's keto or whatever. And all of a sudden I got 2 messages from people who haven't even bought and they still didn't buy, but they were like, oh my gosh, I saw your live, they didn't call it a live. I watched your video. How much are those? You know, so doing different items was very helpful for me. And I didn't do that in the beginning because I didn't even buy that many things. And then the last thing is making the bone broth. I haven't done this yet, but I know same thing. People don't really know what the bone broth is until you show them. So I just do it in a coffee mug. So when the reboot is coming up, I'm going to make my bone broth and go live and just show them. It's super easy what it looks like. It's not disgusting. It tastes good. And then it's easy to do. The next one, of course, is another easy one that everybody pretty much does. My first unboxing video, if I go back and look at it, I don't even know what a ketone, I don't know how to explain anything. So if you're new, then don't worry about it, but just try it. Cause I just copied my mentors and stood there and like pulled stuff out and said what I thought. Now I redo it. I try to redo it probably every 6 weeks. I've probably done 3 so far. And every time I do it, it's the same thing, you know, but you don't know because new people have joined your group or some of the people who have been in your group, that doesn't mean they saw your video just because you made it. Not everybody is stalking and watching everything you do. And then the last thing I have on here is your smart ship, which I've never unboxed mine because I've only gotten a couple with the free Prove It bucks so far. But the next one I get, I'm going to make sure I kind of pack it full of stuff. And then when I get it, I'm going to open it up and be like, wow, I got all this. And in Florida, we have zero tax. So I get everything for $11.60. Like if I have my Prove It box. So that is like, I posted like a post, and I have zero promoters so far. I mean, I know, I don't try that hard to get promoters, but when I posted my picture just of my stuff showing, look, I got all this for $11.60. If you ever want to da-da-da. I've had a couple of people who said, oh, I'm interested. So at least it sparks a little interest. So the next time I get my Smart Ship in August, I'm going to unbox it, and I'm going to make sure I have like 4 boxes of ketones, like all free, $11.60. So that's a cool video that a lot of people maybe haven't done. And then you can always talk about starting low carb. Like I said, I was brand new. So when I talk about it, it's exactly what happened to me. I never been one of those people who said, oh, I already tried keto. So for me, I was brand new starting, and I started with ketones and keto. So I just kind of tell them my story, and that is just easy, and it's straight from your heart. They can relate to it, and you don't have to, you don't really have to think if you've already lived it. So you just are just completely sharing whatever your story is and how you got started on low carb. If for some, and that way it'll spark interest in some of the people in your group who maybe aren't even low carb. They're just sitting there. Keto shopping tips. I think this one's really fun, and I like to go and do it at actual stores. So whenever I'm at a store, if I see something on sale, or I see a cool new item, or it's anything online, like those are easy things that I share in my group. I talk about them. I come on and do like a taste test of, or I show the numb desserts that Sam told me about. And so keto shopping tips, I think, are huge, because half the time these people are like, oh, I can't afford to be keto. Yeah, you can if you go to Aldi, or yeah, you can. I shop at Walmart. Like I'm at Walmart like almost every single day. Not that they have a gazillion keto things, but if you open your eyes and pay attention, you can. So I share that kind of stuff with my group, and I think people appreciate just hearing it. Making a recipe. Now, granted, I know a lot of people maybe aren't like cooks or whatever, and I don't make like some huge recipe that you're going to be on a live for 20 minutes, because nobody wants to listen to you, and nobody's really going to listen to you that long. So when I do a recipe, it's something quick. The one that people loved, I went live and made my low carb tortilla chips from my Mission shells. And a tip when you do that, because that's a super easy one. It was probably 5 minutes, but the way I did it is I had pre-made a whole batch, and they were in the oven, and I knew they had about 8 minutes left, or 7 minutes left, or whatever. So I'm talking, and I'm really showing them how to make the tortilla chips, putting on the oil and the salt and, pepper. And then my thing dinged, and I was like, oh, it's ready. And it was just like the TV people who are actual cooking shows, because what do? They make it, and then all of a sudden it's like, miracle, it's ready. So I already had my stuff in the oven ready to go, so I could pull it out and say, look, crunchy. And then that was easy. And a ton of people were like, oh my gosh, I'm so doing this weekend. So think of something that you like to make, or that you really do, or practice it before you make it, and then share it, because people just want to see somebody do something before they do it. Keto snacking. This was probably one of my first lives, but it's one of my favorites because I am a super snacker, or I was, and my husband too. So when we decided to go keto together, I was like, I can't go without my chips. I need my chocolate. So our pantry turned into like a keto bomb of keto snacks, whether it was from Walmart or the internet, or, all these low carb places that I had sought out. So I decided I'm going to go live one day, and I pulled out all my snacks and had them all over my island. And I just went through and showed everyone and told the carb count, and just said, you can share. You can be keto and still get your snacks while you're watching your TV shows, and you don't have to deprive yourself. So people loved my snacking video. So if you've never done that, it's super easy and fun. Exercising, all I really do is walking because of all my back and neck issues. So I always share that because I'm like, hello, I lost 45 pounds and I don't work out. So I literally walk. And I always do a video while I'm walking, or most of the time, because it just keeps me from being bored. And I try to think of something to talk about when I go for my walk. And then I just go on for like 5 minutes of the walk, and it kind of breaks it up. And then sure enough, people like message me, oh my gosh, I have a question about this. So whenever I go live, I usually have at least 1 or 2 messages. And like I said, I only have 600 people in my group. So I know a lot of you guys have way more than that. So anytime you go live, it's probably helping reach people. Eating low carb at a dine-in restaurant or a fast food restaurant. I love this. I did it. I freaked my husband out. We were at a Mexican restaurant that's fancy, and it was just the 2 of us. And I brought my own chips and I brought my own tortillas. And the waiter came and we were like, yes, we need salsa and we need tableside guac, but we don't need any chips. And the guy just looked like, what? Well, then I pulled my phone out and my husband's like, what are you doing? I was like, well, I'm just going to go live. It's going to be like 2 minutes. Like, don't freak out. But I showed my group. I'm literally in this like fancy restaurant, and I had my bag and I pulled out my low carb chips, and then I ordered my fajitas, and I said, I don't need your tortillas because I have my own. And then I just made my own meal with, you know, taking out the bad carb part, but still eating at a fancy restaurant. So I did like a quick 2-minute video to show my people. And I mean, I thought it was kind of funny. And then fast food, I was at Five Guys, which you can always order the burger in the lettuce wrap. So I did that and I went live, and those kind of really fun because the workers, you know, out of nowhere, this worker's like, what's up? You know, and it just makes your live kind of just funny on its own when something random happens that you weren't even planning. So you can't, it's not going to happen if you're standing alone in your kitchen every single time you do a live. So when you go live, you need to think, let's just do it. Just do it somewhere random. It doesn't matter. And then intermittent fasting, that's always something I try to just kind of talk about. I know they just talked about it in another training, so I won't you know what it is. Just go on, talk about it. That's one of the things I've done while I'm walking, and just talk and explain stuff to people so they understand what is intermittent fasting, what's the 24-hour fast, and what is the 60-hour rebid. And then donation drop. That was another fun one because the donation guy, I had a ton of clothes. I finally got rid of all my fat clothes. I had bags and bags. So all of a sudden, most of these I don't plan out. All of a sudden I just get like, hey, let's go live. So I parked my car across the street from Salvation Army. I went live. I was like, oh, I'm getting rid of my fat clothes finally. If I get fat again, I'm just going to make myself go back to the store and rebuy clothes. But, and so I did this cute, like 30-second live photo, Then I pulled into the donation place, and the worker was like, are you one of those Instagram influencers or a TikToker? Because he saw me doing my video like in the Beef O'Brady's parking lot across the street, and he could hear, he's like, your voice just sounded so exciting. And I just was like dying laughing. I said, yeah, I have a group, blah, blah, blah. So you never know, but that's what makes them fun. And that I think keeps people where they're like, oh my gosh, she did another video. Let me watch it. So right now, what I want you guys to do is I'm going to give you 2 minutes because this is not like some hard task, but I'm going to pause for 2 minutes, and I want you to write down something that you could talk about or something that you've already talked about in your group that's different from my list. And then we'll see if we can share that when we come back. Okay? Any questions? Okay, I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. Okay, guys, that's been 2 minutes. Does anybody want to share something they've done in their group that was fun or exciting that you can unmute yourself if you have something to share?
I'll talk, Lynn.
Okay.
So I like to go and share my family and what my kids are up to because I want the people in my group to know me and know that I'm a real person, that I'm a real mom, that I have real shit going on, and that things aren't always perfect. So I like to go and share those kind of things, like maybe once or twice a month.
That's great. That's perfect.
I'll go.
All right, Carrie.
So, and most of you don't know me, but some of you do know, and I am super shy and I don't talk very well in front of people. But yesterday I was in my kitchen, I had the music blaring, I was dancing around, I was getting exercise in, and I was like, why don't you just go live? Who cares? Like, who cares? I don't care anymore. I care about my business. I care about my people, but I don't care what they think of me. They're either going to love me or hate me. That's the thing. You either love me or you hate me. So I just went live and I danced in front of people and I made a fool of myself, and it was fun, and I'll do it again.
Yes, Carrie, that was so good. Like when I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, this is the best live I've seen Carrie do because you're just like in the moment. And that's, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I did 2 yesterday. Like for me, that's like freaking amazing. I did 2 lives in one day.
Anybody else want to share before I move on?
I'll go really quick.
Okay.
The one thing that I do obviously is the keto crate. I get the keto crate every month. People love it. They love to see the different snacks. But I like to also do things that aren't keto related. So I've done them putting on my Lashify lashes. One of my favorite thing to do, although it is a little bit ketone related, is I love to like shock Brent. Like, don't even tell him I'm going to go live. And like, especially when there's a new flavor, and I'll just be like, we're live in the kitchen, and make him taste it. And he gets so embarrassed. Like, it's so funny. And people are always messaging me like, oh my God, you guys are so cute. I'm like, yeah, he hates me right now, but I know we look adorable. So just
That's
try to like show your real personality in your real life and not scripted is like gold.
Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing. Okay, so the next thing coming up is where do you go live? So I just have some of the places that I usually go live or that I have gone live. It's not always, like I said, I usually just, I try to plot out in my head, obviously, oh, snow cone, I finally got it. I'm going to go live and do that. But a lot of times I just go live. So these are some of the places that I've gone live that have been successful. Obviously, your kitchen. I'm sure everybody here, raise your hand, you've gone live in your kitchen. And that is fine. But you want to make sure if you're in your kitchen, I do not have a housekeeper. I do not care about junk or piles, but I do kind of care when I'm going live. So I always set up my rig and then I kind of look behind me like, ooh, do I need to move stuff around? Should I put a box of ketones behind me? So I always kind of try to pay attention to what's behind me. You know, I do the same thing when I take pictures. I'm always like, no, we can't take a picture there. There's a pile of crap in the corner. So anyway, paying attention to that, not that it really matters and I don't really care, but it's just one of the little things I think of when I'm going live in my kitchen. Stores. I know I'm outgoing and I could care less what anybody thinks of me. And I'm not worried if somebody's like, what's that lady doing? So I go live at stores. I have gone live at Walmart several times. At Walmart, you know, I started out by showing the keto stuff at Walmart. Like, you know what? If you can't afford our shakes, you can get Equate keto shakes to hold you over throughout the day. You can buy the fat cups. You can buy the Adkins. You could do this, Then a different time I went live at Walmart to show the shaker cups. Like, hello, you don't have to buy a $20 Prove It shaker cup. You can go to Walmart and get one for, you know, I showed the one I bought that was like $7.97 that I love. Then I showed the one that's the cheapest, and then I kind of compared them. And I have both, so I told them the truth. Like the $7.97 one is a little bit better. So anyway, it's just showing like some random fun crap like that. I even went live when it was Hurricane Elsa. And just to show, and this had nothing to do with ketones. And I was just like, just wanted to let you know, we're safe. Elsa's coming. And here, if you live in a hurricane state, this is what your shelf looks like. And it looks like, empty shelf. There's no water. Oh my gosh, save yourself. So that was just kind of fun. I've also gone live at Aldi, which helps people see that Aldi, some of the prices are cheaper. I don't really have an Aldi, but I drove 25 minutes just so I could do a live. So that one I did plan, and I was like, okay, I'll grab some keto bread and show people that you can buy stuff at Aldi. So, that was fun. Anything not in your house, it's kind of just makes it more fun. In your car, what would you do in your car? I had to drive to Panama City Beach, which is a 6-hour car drive, all by myself with my daughter sleeping in the back seat. So again, while I'm driving, I made it about 3 hours. I stopped at a rest stop. I went live. I explained what I was doing, showed my daughter sleeping in the back. And then I was like, I still have 3 more hours to go. Time for a ketone. And I had my, my drink challenge cup, and I poured my ketones in, shook them up, and, same thing. Makes you show that you're real life. I'm driving around and I'm really drinking my ketone to keep me going. Like, that's not a lie, it's true. So anyway, your car is always a fun spot. Your backyard. So just to change it up, if you're just stuck at your house or you don't know what to do, or you're doing your keto crate, like, move around your house. Don't always be sitting in the same spot. So I go in my backyard sometimes. It's like, oh, it's a sunny day. I went in my backyard during the hurricane. I mean, it was pathetic. I was all excited. I'm like, I'm going to go live. It's going to be a massive storm. And then it was just basically a Florida rainstorm. So I tried, I went live anyway, because I had already planned that I was going to go live and do snow cone and with Elsa in the background. But anyway, so your backyard is always fun. Everybody has different backyards, different seasons. I never get to see snow. So, if Sam was live doing a live in the snow, I'd be like, oh, I miss snow, just something fun that can bring good memories to people. Gas station. I think it was Marissa today who sent me a picture that she was at a gas station getting her keto snacks. And same thing, you can just show, hello, I'm at a gas station on a road trip. Oh my God, yes, you will pay more for your snacks. So prepare and buy them at Walmart. But if you're stuck at a gas station, you can buy pork rinds, you can buy Quest bars, you can buy, something that is low carb. You can, just get water, whatever. But just doing that, like, kind of makes people's eyes open to, oh, I could do keto. Oh, maybe I could. That kind of thing. The airport gift shop. I got this one from being on a call when Abby did her call, and one of the things she showed was that she did a live at an airport gift shop. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so doing that. And we just went to the Grand Canyon. So when we were on our flight to Las Vegas, again, my husband's always like, what are you doing? And I was like, don't worry about it. I'm going to go live in the gas station or the airport gift shop. And same thing, they have a section with peanuts or this. So, there I showed, get this, don't get that. Get this, don't get that. And you can just kind of show people, and it's just all about sharing. That's where I really don't even think about it. I just come on and start talking to people and show them what I think. Vacation spots. I love vacation. It's like my favorite thing in the world. So it doesn't matter where you go. If you're on vacation and you go live, somebody is going to be like, wow, look where she is. So I went live at the beach. I live in Florida, but when I'm, at a beach hotel, I feel like I'm on vacation. So I've gone live on the beach. I make my ketone. I'm like, my family's already sleeping. Of course, mom is the one who has to run down to the pool, claim the chairs at 7 a.m. so that everybody else has a place to sit. And so now I'm enjoying my me time, drinking my ketone while I walk my, 2 or 3 mile walk down the beach, and I may as well come on and talk to you. So that's super easy. I went live I went live at the top of a mountain in Sedona. But yeah, anytime you're on any vacation, people love to see that stuff. And just random people are like, oh my gosh. Now I have ladies, I had joined Sedona groups before my trip, and then they saw me do that live, and now I have like a couple customers in Arizona, and the lady's like, oh, I just love, you know, all your pictures that you posted. So whatever, you know, anything you share like that makes people relate and think, oh my gosh, Lynn's really a person, not a robot. Maybe I should buy from her. So it's been working for me. Like I said, I'm a team of one and I'm a rank 3. Restaurants. So yeah, anytime you're at a restaurant and you see something, go live. You're at Subway. Oh my gosh, you got this, you know, protein bowl. I'm at, I don't know what, well, McDonald's, you could just buy a cheeseburger with no bun. But anywhere you go, there's always an opportunity to go live. It's all about what you decide to do and just making it fun. Making it, and don't feel weird. Like there's nothing to feel weird about. Nowadays it's 2021. And with all, I mean, I know my daughter, she's doing TikToks every time I turn around. She's like, hang on, I have to do a TikTok. And she's doing TikToks like everywhere we go. So you talking to your phone for 30 seconds and being like, oh my gosh, I'm at Burger King and I got a bacon, whatever they're called, the super bacon burgers, isn't weird. It might be weird to yourself if you're like, oh, I can't do this. But once you do it and keep doing it, it kind of becomes normal. So basically now anywhere I go in my head, I'm slightly starting to think, could I go live here? Could I go live here? So, you know, don't second guess it. Just freaking do it. Turn it on, do it. It's, you know, worst case, it's horrible and you don't really hit share. And not that many people on mine, not that many people are actually watching me live. It's after it's on there and I've shared it. So that gives you the opportunity to delete it. Anytime you're walking anywhere, I did walk, I was doing Walk With Me Wednesday, and I would talk every Wednesday. Then summer came and I've just been on the go. So now I'm trying to get back to my Walking Wednesday. What I do is I always, well, not somewhere different every time, but think about your town and think about where can I go live and then go walk there. Like you have to walk or get a little exercise in anyway. So neighborhood, around a lake, you know, anywhere. And you can go live and just kind of talk about something. And then fun events. So when I say fun events, I live in Tampa, which we are the champions of the sports industry right now. So it's super easy for me because like we had the Super Bowl. I mean, I wasn't a promoter then, but I was like, dang it. I could have been walking around like all the Super Bowl stuff, but I had the Stanley Cup the other day. So I went down to the river walk for the parade. Well, I didn't go for the parade. I went to do my 4-mile river walk that I like to do, but I knew when I was finishing, all the crazy people would be there. So I went live. I didn't talk about ketones. I just was like, oh my God, Tampa Bay, like, you know, Stanley Cup, you know, and it's just something fun. Anytime I go to an amusement park, I go live and show, that's when I usually have my vials because they're easier to put in the water bottle or actually do the powder, whatever, or do the tube powder kind. But if I'm at the amusement park or the water park, those are also fun places. So think about anything fun that you do and how could you kind of have a ketone in your pocket and just do something. Okay, so that's kind of easy. So right now, that was the end of my where to go live. And same thing as last time, if you can write down, think about your town, wherever you live, because I don't know all you guys and I don't know where you live. Think about where you live and think about at least one place that you could go live that you think would be kind of fun. And then I'll give you, you only need 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and I'll come back and see if anybody wants to share. Okay.
Hey, Lynn, before we let everybody go, can I just add on to that real quick?
Sure.
So she's absolutely right. Think about where you can go live with ketones, but also like, I mean, so many of the things that she talked about didn't even involve ketones. And I just wanted to say like, so I spend a lot of time at the beach in North Carolina in the summer, and pretty much every single time I'm there, I do a live on the beach, not even talking at all, just letting people watch the ocean. And I cannot tell you how many people message me and say like, the beach is so beautiful. I haven't been there in 10 years. Like, thank you so much. And they will literally just sit there and watch the ocean, just like as if you were sitting there watching the ocean. So like, it can be literally anything. Like I usually type a little blurb and don't say a single word. I just flip on my camera facing the beach and let people watch. So it can be anything. Think about the most like random mundane thing that you're doing and somebody will appreciate seeing it. So
Yes. All right, so we'll give you 2 minutes and then we'll come right back. Okay. Does anybody want to share maybe where they're from or somewhere that they would go live in their town or anywhere that they've gone live?
I'll share.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm in Ohio, and I don't know that I've done a whole lot on my page, but individual with people. My kids do 4-H, and so we have lambs and pigs.
Mhm.
So I will probably go live when we're at the fair. I have a lot of local people too, and I'll probably do like some keto-friendly foods and stuff, but it's kind of an ongoing joke. Probably should have at some point done a live, but I'm not there yet. Not there yet, but I run the lambs because my daughter's leg isn't great. So I literally chase the lambs in the barn every night. So that's usually what our discussion revolves around with several of the people that I talk to in private message and stuff. So I'll probably do the fair. I don't know what else, because other than the stores and things like that, but
Yeah. No, well, that sounds interesting to me. I mean, you know, I think it's fun to see when you're somewhere random. That sounds great. Thank you, Misty. Anybody else have anywhere?
I do.
Okay.
Hi. Sorry, apparently we have a storm coming in, so it's a little windy. But I live in Park City, Utah, and I'm new as a promoter. I've been friends with Leslie forever. And I started my keto journey about a year ago, but I just restarted when I went and created my own group. And today I'm in ketosis for the first time in a year, which is crazy. I'm like, I have the flu, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? And then I was like, oh, duh. Anyways, because I'm in Park City and because I've been really lacking in exercise, you've motivated me to go get on the trails in Park City, because they really are phenomenal. And in all the years I've lived here, I've really not tapped into them. So I'm going to definitely use that because it's just gorgeous here.
Yeah, Park City is on our, in the United States, vacation list. So we haven't been there yet, but we wanted to do Grand Canyon and Sedona because that was like a massive trip. And Park City, we definitely want to go to. So
let me know. Come see me and I'll know all the trails by then.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much and welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll keep going because it's 8:40 and we want to get moving. So the next, this is pretty easy. Time of day. So when I started, all I did were, I'm going to get up and make my ketones. And then I was like, you know, you need to change up when you're doing your lives. So then I started trying to add in like afternoon. What should I do in the afternoon? What could I do in the evenings? And then I realized once my group started growing, and now that I have customers in Arizona or Ohio or New York, and I mean, I don't have anybody out of the country, but still, I was like, okay, these California people, if I'm doing a live at 8 a.m., they're not awake. And yes, they might see it when they wake up, but they might not see it if it gets stuck down in the bottom of your feet. So the time of day is important of what you're doing. So it's like today, I decided to do my shake, but I waited till like 1:30 in the afternoon Eastern time because I'm Florida. Well, 1:30, that's better for California people for a chance that they're going to see it. And then for the evening, those are usually my fun posts, like unboxing my keto crate or making my recipe or just doing something silly. If I'm on vacation, I'm going to go on for the sunset and just talk about something, and like the sun is setting in the background, like Leslie said. And people are like, oh my gosh, thank you for showing me that. So just make sure you change it up. You don't want to be the same old blah, 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 blah every time. So that's all I have to say about that. That's nothing crazy. Now, these are my tips. And as you can see, the most important thing you can do is to smile. Like, I feel like the Annie song, because my daughter was in Annie prior to COVID. She was one of the little orphan kids. But anyway, you know, it's always better with a smile. So anyway, these are my tips that have helped me. Hopefully they will help you as well. Anytime you do a live, proper lighting. So like, I have a ring light. I only have it because my daughter has always been like this TikTok crazy person making videos for like probably the past 5 years. So I use the ring light. Now, one thing to remember, because this happened to me, probably like my first 4 videos, I had the ring light and I had my phone in it and I'm doing my video. And then my daughter comes down and she's like, Mom, you didn't turn it on. And it didn't even like click because I was so nervous and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm getting it all set up, but I forget to click the actual power that makes the ring light come on. So yeah, it's a great phone stand, but if you don't turn it on, you're not getting the lighting. So I have it on right now. If I didn't have it on, then I just look a little darker. I don't know. But anyway, proper lighting is always good. Stand up. So I've been standing this whole time. I stood as a teacher. I would float all around my classroom like a crazy person. But I just feel better when I'm standing. I feel like you naturally have more energy when you stand. So if I were talking to you, the whole time while I'm sitting and telling you, here's how you do your lives, here's how you do your lives, what's more exciting, sitting or standing? Like you're more apt to be peppy and move, like just move it around if you're standing. So I stand pretty much every single live. Maybe if I'm doing a keto crate, I sit, but most of the time I stand up. I just think it makes you feel better. I feel like your double chin gets hidden a little more. So anyway, standing is a super thing I do every time. Speak up. Like you have to be able to be heard. And I mean, I'm Italian. I use my hands. I talk loud. It doesn't matter if I'm just talking to you. I'm not yelling. But my husband's like, why are you yelling? I'm not yelling. I'm just talking. So no matter what, when you're doing a live, it's very important that you speak up. Like, just speak up. Like, why? Maybe if you're in a store, like if I have to whisper, I have to like make myself whisper. But if I were talking like this on my live, I hope you guys want to try ketones too. No, like, oh my gosh, my ketones are so great, and I'm like super energy power. So you want to just make sure that you speak up. And so if you're a naturally quiet person, which I mean, I've had them. I was a teacher, and the little girl is sitting there, and she stands up to read her essay, and I just want to shake her. Like, you are going to speak up by the end of the year. So, speaking up, like no matter what, just speak up. Be loud and proud. Like, I just love to talk. Sorry. Okay. Oh. Okay, the other thing is open your eyes. You know, a lot of times if I don't usually feel tired, but if I do feel tired, that's not the day that I go live. So I always want to make sure I look in the mirror. I don't always wear makeup. Half the time it's right after my walk, or it's on my walk, or I'm sweating from doing something, or I just figure whatever. I don't care what you think. and my hair's in a ponytail and crazy. But I always make sure I look in the mirror. I'm like, do I look okay? Do I look okay? So I do that. And just make sure that you open your eyes, because when you're looking at the camera and you're like, hey, people are more apt to pay attention to you than if you're just like, oh. So just make sure that you open your eyes and that you are talking loudly. Then we have facial expressions. Obviously, you guys have seen my facial expressions. So for me, it's natural. If it wasn't, I mean, my only tip is that you practice in a mirror. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my gosh, I'm having the worst day ever. Like, instead I'd be like, oh my God, I feel like crap today, and then I'm going to have my ketone and I'm happy. But you want to make sure whatever your facial expression, it really, I don't know. I could tell a story with my face. During COVID, half the time I was like, thank goodness I have a mask on. Because when you're around something that's ridiculous, my face is always just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? So you want to make sure your facial expressions go along with whatever you're talking about. If you're trying to pep people up, you obviously want to spunk yourself up. So whatever you need to do to wake yourself up, do it. And just use your eyebrows, use your mouth. I'm like, a lot of times I'm like this happened or that happened. But again, your mirror is there. You look in the mirror every time you brush your teeth. So you should be able to practice that, no problem. Talk, don't tell. So obviously I've been talking to you guys for 45 minutes, whatever. But you don't want to write down what you're going to say. Like, you don't do that. Like, anytime you talk to somebody, you're just talking. So yes, I made my bullet points, and that was to keep me on track so I don't just ramble. So I know, okay, it's time to talk about you about not telling. Well, you want to tell them the facts, but you want to talk about it. So you just want to, like I said, I knew nothing about keto in December. So I have legit educated myself on every single thing. I just make sure I kind of know. And what I do is I grab my product guide a lot of times, because I still don't feel confident about what is going on with what, but I'll grab my product guide and kind of like study it for like 2 seconds before I am going live about the shakes. And that way I'm like, oh yeah, I want to make sure I say MCT. I want to make sure I say, muscle repair, just some little things like that you can add in, but I don't read anything. I never write down like sentences of here's what you need to say. If you feel like you need some bullet tips, always have them on the side. In the beginning, some of my videos, you could tell I'm like, da-da-da, have a shake. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. And it was because I had my little bullet lists on the side. But I'll tell you what, the more you do lives, more than anything else, I mean, talking to people, yeah, but you're always usually texting them. So you can stop and read it and text what you need to read. But every single time I go live, I feel like, oh my God, I'm telling these people something. I hope I get it right. But now, I mean, I've probably made a ketone, I don't know, 25 times. I've made a shake, 20 times, whatever. Every single time I do it, I get a little bit better. So I'm re-saying the same stuff over and over, but I'm not like a monotone commercial that's just reading it off a script. So you want to look at the camera, you want to talk, you want to say what you're saying, and just do it. So anyway, talk, don't tell. Check what's behind you. I already kind of talked to you about that. And then don't worry about what people think about you. I don't care. I mean, I only have 600 people in my group. Ooh, I need a training on how to grow your group. No, I've watched every training and I'm working on it. I've just been on vacation and I'm like, I'm doing fine with my people. But in my head, I'm like, okay, what are my goals? My goals are to grow my group. I don't have to worry about going live. I need to worry about getting more people to watch me. So anyway, but don't worry. I don't think I've worried about what people think of me forever. And it's great because who cares? Who cares? If they don't want to be in your group, they can leave, if they make a mean comment, kick them out, get them out of there, whatever, block them. Nobody's, that's just rude. But I would not worry about, don't even worry about what your hair looks like or whatever. You should just always try to go live every chance you get. So that was my main tips. And then of course, always remember to smile. And then I made a little list of what you can do now when we get off the call. Like I said, if you did it along the way, then you should already have it. But if you make a list of things that you're going to talk about, you want to think about places in your town or a cool spot that you can go live. And then try to tell yourself, I'm doing this. Just like if you tell yourself, I'm going to walk 3 days a week. Well, then just tell yourself you're going live 3 days a week. You know, I mean, or say you're going to go live every single day, or be like Carrie and go live 2 times in a day. But you need to try to really commit to it, because if you don't do it, you know, you can talk to your husband or your friend and explain stuff, but until you're really like talking to a camera and just doing it, you're not going to get better. And then again, just do it. So I'm going to end my screen sharing, I think. And then I wanted to see if you guys have a second that everybody could go around for like 10 seconds and use some of my tips, like open up, smile, stand up, and just say who you are. So you can just say, hi, I'm Lynn. I started drinking ketones in January. I became a promoter in March, and I'm learning new things every day. It's nice to meet you guys. I live in Tampa, Florida. Okay? So let's do that. It only looks like we only have 9 people, so this will be real quick and then we'll be done. I don't know how to unshare my screen. Leslie, do you know what I click?
Yep, go back to the bottom where it says share screen, that green button at the bottom.
Yep.
And you should be able to click stop share.
Okay.
You have to make sure you click into the Zoom meeting.
Oh, that's what I didn't do. Okay. More pause recording? No. Oh, crap.
Is the little share button at the bottom inside your meeting?
Yeah, it shows new share, participants, security, stop video, mute.
Hang on, let me 1 second. Let me see if I claim the host back, if it'll shut off the screen share.
Thanks.
I don't know if it will or not, but we'll try.
Oh, stop share. I see it. Okay. Thing popped up. Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, so Leslie, you can go first since you're on there.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Leslie. I am in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which, as I just posted to my group, was apparently named one of the best cities to live today. So although the weather sucks, it's a good city. Anyway, I have been drinking ketones for like 2 years, a promoter since February of 2020. So like right before COVID hit. I'm a rank 7 pro champ. That's about it. And just on what Lynn said about caring what people think about you, even 15, 16 months into doing this, I did a live yesterday about intermittent fasting, and it was terrible. And I couldn't say fast fat loss. I can't even say it right now. Fast fat loss as quickly as I wanted to. And I stumbled over it probably 10 times, and I just laughed it off, because who cares? It doesn't matter. You might feel like an idiot, but anybody watching is going to laugh along with you, or if they're annoyed, they're just going to pick up and leave, which fine, then they're not your people. Let them go. Bless and release, right? So that's what I have to say.
Perfect. All right, who wants to go next? Bum, bum, bum.
I'll go.
All right, go Carrie.
Hi, guys. I'm Carrie Stevenson from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville, Tennessee. I have been drinking ketones since July of last year. I've been promoting since October. I am enjoying it. I'm a rank 4 1-star on my way to rank 5. I'm claiming it. I'm getting there, and I am blessed to be a part of this.
Awesome. Thank you, Carrie. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right, Marissa.
Hi, I am Marissa Heindel. I live in middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, also known as Counter Sports. I have Charlotte here with me tonight. Hi. And we are absolutely loving this tutorial on lives, because that is the one thing that I do feel like I really need to work on. I have no like qualms that I'm not nervous about going live. I just feel like I never have anything to talk about. So this was super helpful. I have been drinking ketones for, I don't know, since about a year now, I guess, a little over a year, and promoting since March. And I'm so happy to have found all of you.
Awesome. Thank you, Marissa. Next. How about Heather? You kind of introduced yourself, so you can be real quick. No? Misty?
Yeah, I can go. I'll stand up. Hi, I'm Misty. I'm from Ohio. I struggle. I'm sorry. I'm from Ohio. I've been drinking ketones since January, and I've been promoting since March.
Awesome. Thank you, Misty. Okay. How about, let's see. So we have Heather, Julie. Yes, Sam, go for it.
Like, what the heck? Am I not being loud enough? Hey guys, I'm Samantha. When I go live, I typically look like this for real. Hair on top of my head. I have no makeup on. I'll even go live and be like, I'm standing here eating these walnuts and they're delicious. Did you know that these are keto? Like, stupid shit. I've been promoting since last July. I just had my 1-year anniversary, and I am a rank 6 1-star. And I have an amazing team, and I'm so thankful that this business brought all of you into my bubble.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam.
Hey, Lynn, Heather had to hop off to go pick up her daughter, so that's why she's still listening, but she can't
Oh,
chime
perfect.
in.
All right. Well, then I think everybody went that's still on. Possibly. Yes.
Julie didn't go. Julie needs to go.
It's working.
Oh, boo.
Okay. Well, anyway, thanks, guys. I was excited to lead my first call. Hopefully I did all right.
That's so great. Thank you, Lynn. This was even helpful for me, for real. Like, I have some ideas now, so thank you.
Awesome. All righty. Anything else? Any other comments? I think we're good to go. Oh my goodness. Then you guys have a wonderful Thursday night, and go watch Big Brother because it's the
Going right now. Did you record it? It started at 8.
Oh, yes, I always I don't like
Yeah.
to watch it for real.
I'm about to go watch it too. I'm making my Big Brother Sunday right now.
Yay!
All right.
I'm gonna get a num dessert. All right, bye
Thank you,
guys.
Lynn.
Nice.